What up, YouTube? So, I just finished watching a video and that I found on Dr. Boyce Watkins' channel, and it's talking about Libya. As we all know, Libya is the country that once was ruled and leadered by famed quote-unquote dictator Muammar Gaddafi. Now, Libya has turned into a hub for slave trade for migrant Africans trying to make their way up to Europe. It has become a shadow of its former self. Now, let's just do a quick comparison of Libya now and then. In fact, you know what? I wish I had the numbers in front of me, but I know when Muammar Gaddafi was the head of Libya, they had an 80+% literacy rate, right? That was up from close to next to nothing. The poverty rate was almost non-existent, right? There was no homelessness, no litter. I mean, the education system was top-notch. You know, socialized medicine, free healthcare for everybody. He built houses for virtually every citizen in Libya and made the promise that he would make sure that there were no homeless Libyans living on the streets, and that I will make sure that every person in Libya has a house before my own father does. And he tried to live up to that promise. He was the brain behind the African gold dinar, which would have bankrupted this capitalistic system of this fiat currency that we currently use in America and globally, thanks to the international bankers. Well, today Libya is a hub for the African slave trade. So our people are still being sold into slavery, right? And we know about it now. So what the fuck are we going to do? Also, Trump just bombed Syria for apparently releasing chemical weapons upon the people in Syria, right? The government, right? So we bombed the airstrip there, military airstrip. People are being openly sold in the slave market in Libya, and not one United States senator, governor, politician is screaming about this. Not one person in the American government is screaming about the liberation of these Africans that are being sold into slavery to who? Arabs. Or those who are currently known as Arabs. Something's got to give, man. Something's got to give. So gassing people is not right, but slavery is okay as long as it's Africans. Come on, man. If we're going to fight against injustice as a country, be freedom fighters for the world, you got to fight for freedom everywhere, not just where you choose to do it because of good PR. All I'm saying is, who's fighting for those Africans that are being enslaved? Because if we know about it here in the United States, you mean to tell me that the UN isn't aware of this, or any other government of any other superpower on the planet, no one's aware of this? No, it's because that just like during the beginning of the transatlantic slave trade or the Middle Passage, people are giving their silent consent, like the Catholic Church did during the beginnings of the transatlantic slave trade. They gave their silent consent. They didn't fight against it. They didn't protest. And nobody's protesting now either. But here is another video that is out on YouTube talking about this incident. Something needs to happen. What is America going to do?